Hello my friends, I just wanted to bring you guys a quick video on a new game that I am absolutely obsessed with and lost hours to without even realizing it. As I like to say, Devolver Digital never misses, and this is definitely one of those times. I've been playing Ball X Pit. This game is freaking fantastic and it might just be your new addiction. It's in the same vein as Vampire Survivors, where you are going along collecting XP while wiping out tons of enemies and upgrading all of your different weapons that you're collecting over your run to do even more destructive things. However, this one has a kind of temple run change where you are in this lane going straight up and destroying everything in your wake. And right off the bat, you'll notice it's got a pretty cool art style and a pretty cool vibe going on. I really dig this. I really enjoyed the little setup it has going on. Kind of has a Made in Abyss type intro, which if you've seen that show, I'm sorry, it probably scarred you too. But, adventurers going down a deep chasm to see what in the hell they can find down there. And you have this big, huge elevator with basically your entire city on that between matches you can expand to build different buildings, crops, and harvest things, and even things for your abilities to be stronger as you build out this place. And it can be expanded. And as you go through the different levels, you can unlock different blueprints to get new buildings, which in turn can bring either new effects to your characters, new characters entirely, or even just to bump up your stats to make your runs that much easier. Because I gotta say, this isn't a very easy game either. I do think it's a bit harder than Vampire Survivors and probably Megabonk, even though I haven't quite got to that yet. That's all over the place right now, isn't it? But Ball X Pit, however, has my attention really, really tightly right now. So when you start your run, your character will have what's called the special ball of their choice and a few other baby balls that follow it. You must move around the bottom of the track where you start and kind of remain to bank your balls off of the enemy to do X amount of damage. And if you can manage to catch them, you can throw them out even quicker. So this has actually a lot more depth than I even took it for. This mechanic is taking advantage of a lot, especially with a lot of the upgrades that can have different effects when you're catching and releasing all these balls to do damage. Some of which will just spawn more baby balls when you catch, and like one or two. Others will give them different effects and have maybe a damage boost or extra crit chance if you can manage to catch it and throw it back and stay in that line of fire that you are creating. It's also very strategic in the way that you want to kind of bounce these off of enemies to kind of get it up and behind them so that they bounce really quickly between each other to do like the maximum amount of damage to all of the units in front of you. You definitely can just laser the little dudes in front of you if you are in trouble by just lining it up with yourself and just constantly having a rotation of balls, just constantly hitting them really quickly. But then you might be not hitting everything else, and as they get closer to you, that may just straight up spell your death if you're only concentrating on one at a time. So sometimes it's better to just kind of spread out, the spread of all of your balls so you can really do all the damage that you can. And like I said, there is a Vampire Survivors like kind of progression system here where you are picking up XP off of the ground, but not just XP, blueprints, health potions, things like that. You have the vision upgrade, which chooses a random amount of your weapons to upgrade at a time. And once you get so far in these upgrade paths, you can then fuse two of these abilities together, which is a fantastic mechanic. I love this because it creates even more creativity during your runs, letting you mix together different powers to just destroy the battlefield. One of my personal favorites so far is the little spike bleed ball that the knight starts with, combined with the lasers, which then turns this laser into a bleed laser, which makes every unit in that row, horizontal or vertical, just start to bleed out profusely while you're beating on them and can really spread out the damage. There's also another one I found where you could just disease enemies, and that one was really effective. Basically spreading that and the bleed at the same time across the battlefield was devastating. Now, when you are all the way upgraded, you can actually use evolution with some of these pickups to evolve your weapons and get even more weapons and more different variations of the weapons you've been using. I absolutely love this game and this system, and with all these mechanics in place and all of the kind of meta progression things that are in the town area and the main area between games, it is just a fun time, and you can just go by hours without even knowing it, man. I was doing run after run, and this is one of those. Oh wait, just one more run. I'm almost to that goal I want to make. Just one more run. This is that game. So definitely give it a try if you haven't. If you still have your Game Pass subscription, I know a lot of us canceled. It is on there to play, but I would suggest just going out and buying this because Devolver is awesome. I love that publisher. They put out so many things I love to play, and I honestly just love supporting games like this. I think they are fantastic and always a good time to pick up, and this is one that I will definitely be playing a lot on the Legion so I can just be on the go. So if you guys played this, what are your thoughts? I know this is a pretty quick video from my other ones. I hope that y'all enjoyed it. Check out Ball X Pit out now on basically everything from what I can tell. I hope to see you guys in the next video. Peace.